Okay, so you chose to use the trick, the locked GI trick, and you go, okay, that looks cool, but it only works when the character is not colored, because if the character is red and you render, it does not have any bounces around the object itself. It does not like have any red bounce on the ground. So how do you fix that? Well, of course, you can turn off cache and do a normal Lightroom render, and it will be fixed. But then you will lose the render time benefit and the noise-free GI benefit. So how do you go about it? Well, the trick is to actually, what I just showed you was a bit unfair because here I've set this to minimum pixel spacing to 50. So in a normal render, in order to get noise-free stuff, you would have to, like, just say put this to 1 and maximum pixel spacing to 1, and then hit render and basically wait and wait and wait and wait and so on. So it's better to combine use the cached trick and combine those in post. So alright, so let's say our character was red like this, and it will render in like 4 seconds, and of course that's cool. If you wanna always save as Photoshop 32, not 24. 24 does not save the alpha, so Photoshop 32, and let's just call it render. And of course that did not have red bounce, so I want to add that. So how do I add it? Well, we need to add it in post, so we'll render a sequence using minimum pixel spacing 50 and maximum 100, and set the ambient intensity to 100 and light intensity to 0 on all lights. I'm sure there's something I forgot. Actually no. Well, actually yeah. We do not have the alpha for the character. So how do you do that? It's quite easy actually. You just go to the render tab for the object, and you say, instead of use surface settings, constant black, and that's it. And do the render, and there you have your alpha. So because the minimum pixel spacing is so high, and also the maximum, because of these settings are so high, you're actually not gonna get any flicker in your renders, because this will just be all blurred out. So that's the lucky benefit to the whole thing. So when we do that render and save it as Photoshop 32, and go to Photoshop, open it, and open the other render too. Of course, you could do this in After Effects as well. So I'm just gonna drag this over here. Now we're gonna combine these two. So I'll move this over here, over the other one, and say minor burn. And I need to add the alpha for that. So just gonna control click on the alpha thumbnail and click on the mask. And there we have it. So these two are now combined. So as you can see, we now have a red balance in our shadow area and the highlights too. And we can set this, put this down to like 75 to make a more realistic result. So now you have a red bounce, and we did this by using the Lock GI, which renders in like kabam seconds, and by adding our other normal render, which renders in kabam seconds as well, because the minimum pixel spacing and maximum pixel spacing is really high. And because they're so high, it does not make any flicker. So we can now combine this two, using a liner burn, for example, and there, and that, and that's how to go about making a realistic GI render. And well, the render time is just, well, it's amazing, really. It really is. So if you wanna, like, if you have a big scene that that will render, that requires a lot of render time, then using this trick, you will have a fantastic result, and the render time will be extremely low. So I urge you to use this trick, because as far as I know, there's no other package out there that has the ability to do this. The render time is just amazing, really. From what I've seen, the renders from the new GPU render software and hardware cannot even match this. It cannot, not this quality at all. So it's really amazing that Lightwave can do this. So if you learn these tricks, then well, basically you could almost make a Pixar movie yourself. And I'm not kidding you. This is this trick really rocks. So use it.